graphics. The graphics to this game is awesome! The coloring to this game is dark and cool, and both the overworld and battle screens are detailed very, very well. Sure, the lighting and the coloring aren't as good as Earthbound was, but I don't care! The graphics here are so beautiful! And with great detail. Although, with some of the lighting being kind of dark, it makes me think that the story is supposed to be a dark story. But I can't tell the difference in the story, honestly. No, I am not hating the graphics because of that. It's just some question I had, and I never got it answered, honestly. Better yet, the reason why I decided to play this game rather than the GBA version of this game is because of the graphics' lighting. Yeah, I'm not into how lit up the Game Boy version's design is. Although, before I give my score on the gameplay, I should tell you guys something that other reviewers had, from what I have seen, never done. Is that mentioning some of the inappropriate content in this game. One warning is that you may see an inappropriate character, part of my example. Plus, I will mention some other stuff that are around that level, more or less. And some of them will be major spoilers, so if you want to skip this part for any reason, then I recommend you skip here, at this time frame, right now. Okay. Oh, you still here? Alright, here we go, you've been warned. First of all, Terra learns a special ability to turn into an Esper. The reason she can do that will be explained. When that happens, she turns into a purple spirit kind of thing. And that is kind of nuded. Although her hair covers the back part of her, but that's not enough to make it appropriate at all. Another thing is that some of the Espers are nuded also. Sometimes they are covered in battle mode, but that's not enough, in my opinion. There becomes a moment where you see 3 god statues. The 2 on the sides are okay, but the center one is a lady nude. There becomes a moment before the final battle where you have to fight the statue also. Although in the battle, they do cover the bra and stuff, but that's still not enough in my opinion. So yeah, they had some inappropriate content in it. The type of which I hate! I am serious. I hate games, movies, animes, etc. that do that. It is completely not needed in me and my family's opinion. The only reason I think people do that is for porn money. That is the only reason why I think people are forced to do stuff to their products like that. Why does this world have to do that? It is not needed, and it should be illegal to get money out of stuff like that in general. The day some law like that comes in America will be the day that I rejoice with all my heart to the Lord. Seriously, I just hate it. Why do they have to do that? Huh? Oh. Sorry, I got carried away. Sorry about that. But basically, I hate stuff like that, even in this game. Porn is a sin, a big sin, which I wish was never put into this awesome game. And I think it's worse on the GBA version also. And it's for these reasons that this may be my only time that I ever play this game. Which I am bummed of, because it's a great game. So yeah, I just wanted to warn you of these things and to tell you that if you decided to ignore this game completely because of those contents, then that's alright with me. I support you 100% on it. I promise, I will. But other than that, the graphics are great. With everything I said, I decided to give graphics 5 stars. The score does not involve the porn and nudity in this game. I promise. Gameplay. The gameplay is fun and has a lot of features. Where do I begin? Well, I guess I should start with the controls. In the overworld, you can move around by using the D-pad. And press the A button to interact with objects and people. And press the X button to access the main menu. And that's about it. There is no sprint button in this game. Hey, I said that there is no sprint button. I didn't say you couldn't sprint in this game. I will get to that later. In the world map, the only thing you can do is move around. That's about it. A is used to enter the airship, and there is absolutely no sprinting at all. More on the sprinting later, like I said earlier. In battle, there are many features, so I may not mention them all. Heck, I may not even know them all. All you do is select an action and press A to select it, and B to cancel any action. Pretty basic. Although, if you press right on the D-pad, you can actually select defend. And if you press left, you can actually make the character go forward or back in his position. I don't know, but there are many secret abilities like that in places you may not expect at all. Even how to run from fights. Well, at any time, if you hold both the L and R buttons, you can start running. If you hold it down long enough, you can run. Although, there will be times that some of the party members go, and not all of them will leave in battle at that moment. So, it will be frustrating at times to hold it down and hope that you can get away, but you can't help but laugh sometimes when one person gets left behind, like his or her friends ditched him. It took me a while to find out how to run away from battles, so I say this to you so that you won't get stuck like I did a lot. One cool thing I found out about this game is that some characters have certain special skills only accessible to them. And these special skills can be used anytime you want. I mean, there's like no limit to it. Like magic has a limit to how much magic you can use, but with these skills, there's no limit whatsoever. Like here, for Locke, he can steal from enemies. Edgar has weapons, like the crossbow, bioblaster, etc. Each weapon he has is different in how many enemies it can hit, and what effects it will do sometimes. Sabin's skills make me think of fighting games like Street Fighter. His skill is called Blitz. If you select it, you have to input some button commands before you press A to start the move. Like here, This skill can be accessed if you hit the Blitz mode, and then press on the D-pad left, right, and left, then press A. And in this one, just press on the D-pad down, down, then left, I think. There are many combinations you can use. Most of them you have to unlock first by leveling up before you can use them. Although, you do start off with 2 moves from when you first play as him. Whenever I use Sabin's moves, it makes me feel like I am playing a different game or something, which was a cool experience right there. Celis's move is called Runic. If you use it, you can absorb all magic moves that any enemy uses, and fills up something. I can't tell if she refills your health or your magic points. I don't know. But keep in mind that she can absorb all your magic powers too, including healing items, so be careful when you use it. And Cyan's move is some sword combinations that can be accessed when the bar hits a certain number. Some of those moves can be helpful, while others can be awful in certain parts, so choose wisely what moves you use. And due to the bar being slow, you're gonna have to have patience, or if you have an emulator, then you could just fast forward to the move, like I did a lot. I will stop explaining them for now, but I've only scratched the surface of all the skills that are in each character. I encourage you to check them all out, at least once, in case there are some moves that you don't like to use, but at least try them once and see if you like it, and it's helpful. There are 12 party members you can have in total, plus 2 side quest characters, which makes it 14. I know, it is. And each member has his or her own skill. And some of them, at least Sabin's skill, makes me think that the skills he uses belongs in a fighting game, like Street Fighter. So these are awesome skills to use, and it makes you think which characters may be helpful in specific parts of the game. And the fact that there is no limit to how much you use these skills makes it awesome to use. Let's talk about the menu. First of all, there are items. It's pretty basic once you do here. But one difference that can be helpful, especially for newcomers of RPG games, is that the items you can use will be lit up. So you won't be forced to read them all, since some of them are one of those special weapons Edgar uses, or a shuriken for Shadow, etc. One cool thing that you can do, and this applies for healing spells also, is that if you press L or just press left on the D-pad, you can actually heal all party members at once. Yes, it is. One thing I forgot to mention is that the same rule applies to healing in battle with certain spells. And it also applies if you want to attack a bunch of enemies at once with a spell. Although, by doing any of this, will deplete your magic more than the original depletion number. So be careful when you do stuff like that. I think this feature is pretty awesome, and I wish it was applied to other RPG games also. There are skills where you can look over some of the character's special abilities, magic, use certain magic spells, or equip espers. More on espers later. Equip lets you equip weapons, shields, helmets, and body armor. We also have the relic section. Relics are special items, which can change the way a character behaves, and the kind of options that he or she has. the sprint shoes, if one is equipped to any member of your party, walk will be replaced with sprint in the overworld. Yeah, that's right. There is another one called Gauntlet, where it can let you hold 2 types of weapons with 2 hands. So instead of just a sword and a shield, you can have just 2 different kinds of swords, which can double the damage to your foes. Another one is called Dragon Boots, where instead of normal attacks, your character will jump and avoid any attacks from the enemy for a little while before landing a hit on them. True Knight will have a character use his own body as a shield to protect any party member that is low on health. There are others that protect you from status elements like poison, dark, etc. There are tons of relics that will do many things to your characters. Many of them you cannot believe could happen. Some are only exclusive to certain characters in the game. You can equip only 2 relics to each character in the game. So, get as much of these relics as you can, and use them for the right party members for the right time, like specific bosses, specific dungeon with a lot of enemies, or stuff like that. Status is self-explanatory. You just look over the character's status and such. Settings is options. No need to explain it more. Although, there is a question I want to ask people who have played this version. There is a setting called multiplayer. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. So, to those who have played this game and actually tried it, I'd like to know if having 4 players, or just 2, is possible. Hang on a sec, John. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. I would really like to know. And as for save, if you are in the world map, or on a little blue star in any place in the world, you can select save to save your game. You can also go to equip or relics and select all the characters in your party like I showed you earlier to look over all of the equipment and relics everyone has in one screen, which is cool. You can also change the order in which your party members will go in the top or bottom, and you can scoot them back for a more defense approach, or scoot them back forward for a more attacking approach. A fact that I didn't know until I finished the game. Okay, in my own defense, I did know that there is a difference for who's in front and in back, but I didn't fully know. You can have only up to 4 members in your party at a time. You can switch them out at any time when you get your airship. Yeah, you can. I don't know why you're surprised. I did briefly mention that during my Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury review for the GBA. 2 more things that I will mention is that rare choices you do will affect some elements of the story, even some parts of the ending, although the ending is mainly the same. One other thing I will mention is that how to ride a chocobo and how to fly an airship. To get a chocobo, you just go to a chocobo stable in certain towns, and you can move around the world with it, with the exception of mountains and such. I heard you can get a chocobo in the field, but I never tried it. Better yet, I never even ran into a chocobo in the field, so yeah, I don't know how you get it. And you won't get into any auto battles at all, which is cool. Although, once you dismount it, you can't go back on it until you rent one again. So, you can't keep one. I know, sad. But hey, it's their rules, not mine. Although, I didn't ride chocobos that much because of the airship you get. Flying is pretty basic. You just press A to accelerate, press up or down on the D-pad to move up or down, left and right to turn, X to walk around the ship, and B to land. I know, it is. And you can do stuff like shop for items, heal up, switch party members, or unequip stuff from your party, and stuff. And I got to say, flying is so much fun! How fast you can fly around the world, high and low, is so cool. I spent some of my first time on it just flying it all over the world. It's so awesome to just zoom around the world. My gosh, it's so much fun. I encourage you to fly it whenever you can. I mean, if you're taking a break from side quests and stuff, just fly. And just, it's so much fun. Oh my gosh. I would start over the game just to fly around. Everyone in the game can learn magic. When you get magic sites, you can learn the magic by equipping espers to them, one at a time. And the more you battle, the more you learn some magic skills. So yeah, you can give any party member any magic skill you wish for. Although, if you seriously think that you can teach every single magic skill to every party member you have, I'd say good luck. Because it can be possible, but I imagine that it will take forever to finish. Also, you can use the espers for certain special attacks, or special healing powers, and etc. They are helpful, and can get you out of situations at times, but you can only use it once per battle, so choose wisely. And it will deplete your magic also, so be aware too. During my experience, I, at times, didn't like switching espers a lot because on which one would be helpful in certain situations. The fact that I have to switch my party members at times to unequip some espers and stuff, and I have to remember to equip new ones so when they're done learning specific magic skills and stuff, was kind of time-consuming in my opinion. So yeah, I had mixed feelings about this magic feature, but I think it was a cool idea. I do think so. That's all I'm gonna mention of the gameplay. But there is a lot of stuff to do in this game. Even things I haven't seen yet, or even mentioned. So yeah, you have a lot to explore. The game is fun, with some fun battles, especially at times when I mow down some low-level enemies. A lot of features, way more than I could have explored. So many characters to play with, and to get to know. A good and emotional story, and so much more. The game is fun to play all the way through, although there were times when I ran into a difficult part, needed advice, and more. And there was always one channel I turned to for help, which was a channel called HCBailly. He has a Let's Play of this version, and it really helped me a lot. Though, there were times that I take some of his advice, but not all of it. But for the most part, he was a big help. So, HCBailly, if you are watching this, thank you for making that Let's Play all those years ago. I couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, I should. There were times when I didn't come fully prepared, that I find myself in a situation that it seems like I can't turn back to get better prepared. So, those moments I didn't like. Also, I didn't like the auto-spawns. Hang on, let me rephrase that. I hate auto-spawns. For those new to RPGs, auto-spawns are times where you are in a land full of enemies. A battle will just start automatically right when you least suspect it. I hate it so much. It takes the fun out of exploring a cave or even going for secret treasure and stuff. I just hate it. Although there is a suit called a Moogle suit, which I believe, if I am not mistaken, reduces the chance of auto-spawning a bit, but it's still not enough in my opinion. Other than that, the game is great. From the story, to the music, to the graphics, all the way to the gameplay. I started to play this game with 2 goals in mind. To get every character in the game, and to complete the game without knowing how it ends. And I succeeded. It was great, and I enjoyed every moment of it. It took longer to finish than I thought, but it was worth it all the way. Yeah? No. Well, there are 2 reasons. 1. At times, I disagree with people if someone says a game that they say is the best of all time, or something a lot. Yes, I mean that too. That's a different discussion for another day. 2. I haven't played that much Final Fantasy games. I've played some, but I never finished on emulators. The most I have heard it on is online, like on YouTube and stuff. And the only games of Final Fantasy I own is Final Fantasy 13-2 and 13-3. That's it. Yep, that's it. Well, in my own defense, I do own the demo version of that Final Fantasy rhythm game for the 3DS, whatever it's called. Ah, thank you. And it's for these simple reasons that I don't think this is the best game of all time, or the best RPG game of all time. But don't get me wrong, it's a great game. This game is great, and I encourage you to play it for many reasons. Although, if the bad stuff I mentioned in graphics stops you from buying it, then that's fine also. This was a great game to play through, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And now, my adventure is over. It's kind of sad to say goodbye to the characters like Terra, Locke, Edgar, and all of them. But hey, I had a great time playing with these guys, and to play the story all the way through. And I encourage you to have the same experience I had. Maybe even better. With everything I said and more, I decided to give gameplay 3 stars. After adding up the overall score, I thought to myself, this game does not deserve such a low score. So, I decided to break my own rules this time. So, with everything I said and more, I decided to give this entire game 4 stars with a gold medal. And I recommend this game to anyone who likes the Final Fantasy franchise, RPG fans, and people who love a good story. The review is done. Woohoo! Okay, I'm sorry for this video to take so long, and I'm sorry that this video was so long that I had to split up into 2 parts, but hey, I didn't want it to be as long as 45 minutes or something, because that's how long it would have taken this video was going to be originally, but I didn't expect it to take that long. Hey, I did want to go in depth in this game, but maybe it was too in depth. But hey, yeah, I just wanted to. This was really a special game for me to go through, and I guess I just wanted to share some of my experience with you, but without spoiling too much. So yeah, but I encourage you to play it, unless the stuff I mentioned in the graphics stops you, then I'm okay too. Alright, so I hope you're having good Thanksgiving. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you saw today, be sure to like the video. If you like the channel you saw today, be sure to subscribe to my channel. When you comment, no swearing in the comments. Tell friends and family about this channel, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and by the way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Another Thanksgiving. Okay, see ya. Now, normally from here, we would do the blooper reel. But this time, I have a better idea. Guys, we are going to see an opera. No, it's not going to be boring. This one is special. Come on. Okay, here we go. It's about to start.
Awesome! Encore! Encore! Yeah! Woohoo! Go Celis! Yeah, man!